Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome back to another video lesson. All right, so in this video, we're going to continue our discussion talking about the metaverse. You guys know one of my big goals here in 2022 is to learn as much as possible about the metaverse. And as a matter of fact, we're actually creating our YouTube channel in the metaverse, as well as Facebook group. But we're here on YouTube, so we're building a YouTube channel inside the metaverse, and we're actually building a complete world. We're going to be pretty soon taking a beta. We're going to be looking for beta testers who want to enter into our metaverse to explore it. Okay, but in this one, we're going to continue our discussion about the metaverse. All right. So I got a good article that we're going to kind of just walk ourselves through. Hey, learn as much as possible. Like I said, for those of you that want to learn the metaverse, then hey, join it with me. I don't know much about it, but I'm trying to educate myself. So come on for the ride. So if that sounds good, then do me a favor. Hey, give me a thumbs up on the video. Doesn't cost you anything. It really does help support the channel. And hey, hit that little bell, right? And that'll let you know when I shoot a brand new video or go live. I go live at 1 o'clock every day on this channel, talking about the forex market, the options market, and the crypto market, okay? And so make sure you do that. All right, so let's go ahead and roll that intro and get into this article that I found on the metaverse. All right, everybody. So let's dive into this article. What is the metaverse exactly? Everything you never wanted to know about the future of talking about the future. One of the things I'll mention is I don't have these glasses yet, but I'm looking to get these glasses. And I ran across somebody, and I don't have too much details yet, but it looks like they're sunglasses. So it's not the big bulky, but it's the sunglasses, and you can tap on the sunglasses. So that's going to be pretty interesting. All right, so let's just kind of go through this, right? CEOs like Mark Zuckerberg and Satya Nadella talk about it. The metaverse is the future of the internet, or it's a video game, or maybe it's a deeply uncomfortable, worse version of Zoom, right? I don't know, but to me, the metaverse seems pretty cool, right? Pretty neat. So it talks about here that it's been 6 months since they rebranded to Meta, and they're going to be focusing, obviously, on the metaverse. I mean, they're not going to change their name from Facebook to Meta if this wasn't a big deal, okay? And a big deal. So Meta is building a VR social platform. So Facebook, right? Social platform, which, again, I kind of have my version of what that's going to be. I envision, you know, again, one of the things we're also doing on Facebook is we're building our Facebook group inside the metaverse. So I envision Facebook as a world, right? Where you're going to be able to walk around. So instead of it just being a bunch of pages, you're going to be able to just walk around and see everybody who is logged into Facebook. Right now, we have no idea how many people's logged into Facebook. Can you imagine walking around the metaverse and billions of people like everywhere? That's kind of how I think it's going to be. And so again, I haven't looked at this article. We're looking at it together. So it says, on the other hand, there's a lot of marketing hype and money wrapped up in selling the idea of the metaverse. Facebook, in particular, is in an essentially vulnerable place after Apple's move to limit and tracking hit. So right here, Facebook really wants to make selling virtual reality close. That's interesting. You know, I thought I was kind of stupid at first, but, you know, these avatars, you're in this world, you got these avatars, and people are going to be, you know, going to be wearing clothes, right? I mean, again, it's kind of crazy to think about, but it's super interesting. So seriously, what does the metaverse mean? To help you get a sense of how vague and complex a term the metaverse can be, here's an exercise. So mentally replace the phrase the metaverse in a sentence with cyberspace. 90% of the time, the meaning will not substantially change. So instead of saying the metaverse, cyberspace. Okay, because what they're saying is it's kind of the same thing, right? And technology, this is just the way it's going. They talk about virtual worlds, okay? Virtual worlds. And it says, however, it doesn't require that those spaces be exclusively assessed with the term VR, virtual worlds, such as an aspect of Fortnite, right? Fortnite, the game. They've been doing it, right? I don't play games, but I know there's some big gamers, and this stuff's, if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of coming from the gaming world, right? Anyway, so kind of going through this article, many companies have hopped on to the metaverse bandwagon, and they're looking to use it to buy, create, and sell goods, which is pretty interesting. And again, thinking about it, at first it kind of seems stupid to me, but the more and more I process it, it's not that stupid. It's pretty fascinating to me. Now, eating food, that's kind of weird, but the buying and the selling of clothes, decking up your avatar in, Nikes or, jumpsuits. I mean, it's pretty interesting. And so it says Fortnite has virtual experiences like concerts, right? So they're already doing concerts inside the metaverse. I think Snoop Dogg had a concert inside the metaverse. I think Paris Hilton on New Year's Eve, that she had a New Year's Eve party inside the metaverse, which is, again, fascinating. So look at here. Tech giants like Microsoft and Meta are working on building tech related to interacting with virtual worlds. Okay, but they're not the only one. Other large companies like NVIDIA, Roblox, Unity, Snap. Okay, so there's some big companies getting involved in this space. Okay, despite this, okay, and it talks about Ready Player One, right? That movie. I don't know if you guys saw that movie, but it's a super great movie, and that's kind of how I envision it, right? The idea of this Ready Player One, like single unified place called the metaverse, is still largely impossible. Yeah, it's not here right now, obviously. But again, what's to say it's not going to be like that, right? They're talking about World of Warcraft being in the metaverse. I mean, it's a big article. Okay, so let me see here. In at its point that in most discussion metaverse, okay, so we're going to start. Well, right now, it's in its infancy for sure. We have a vague sense of what's going to happen. And again, there are certain platforms that now have a metaverse. Again, we're building our own metaverse right now. It's called Moore's Meta World. And we're going to be testing it out because we want to see, the hype, right? We want to see if people actually use it. Again, I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so it says the video that cuts to the console where woman appears in the Avengers, hologram. So I guess it's talking about the Avengers. Why does the metaverse involve holograms? When the internet first arrived, it started with a series of technical innovations like the ability to let computers talk to each other over great distances. Okay, so here, kind of scamming through it. And with the metaverse, there are some new building blocks in place, like the ability to host hundreds of people in a single instance. So yeah, you can actually have your metaverse and have hundreds of people, right there in your world. And these avatars, they look pretty dang cool from what I'm, seeing, right? Spatial's one of the ones that we're using. There are limitations. And again, it goes into the article about, the big companies again. So how do the big tech companies show off the idea of their technology without showing the reality and those bulky headsets, right? That's what I'm talking about, those bulky headsets. I know that, again, one of the things we're looking into are these glasses. They're like sunglasses, right? So they're not bulky because who wants to, those are some big old glasses, right? Those Oculus. So that's, again, it's like everything else. The phones were gigantic and then they got smaller. No matter what Iron Man tells you, perhaps, okay, so here to kind of glossing over reality. Another Meta's demo show characters floating in space, right? Again, cyberspace, right? The metaverse. This demo. So to a limited event, this is fine. Microsoft, Meta, and other companies show wildfire demos. So I guess right now, even AT&T, these 3D models. So what we need to know right now is the bigger companies are getting involved. Okay, look, Chipotle's metaverse, right? That's the restaurant. I don't know. Crazy. NFTs in the metaverse. So the confusion point around the metaverse product is so perverse. Okay. Imagine, they're talking about shopping in Walmart in the metaverse. Again, Interesting stuff. I remember seeing this demo that they're talking about. It was pretty wild. And again, don't discount it. We don't know. I mean, the future's moving that way. Just because we might think, this is stupid, you know, again, doesn't mean it is. At first, I thought it was kind of stupid also, to be honest with you. But the more and more I think about it, it's not. So what's the metaverse like right now? Okay, so the paradox of defining the metaverse is that in order for it to be the future, you have to define away the present. I don't think so, right? We don't have to give up our present, right? We already have MMOs and essentially entirely virtual worlds, digital concerts, which we have, video calls, that's cool. But this is a world, man. You put on your glasses, you enter another world. So I think it's different. It's different, okay? And again, people will have their different opinions for sure, but I keep going back to that movie, Ready Player One. I mean, that's fascinating to me, right? Imagine I do trading, right? I teach people how to trade. Imagine hosting these trading events inside the metaverse. You can sit down in like an auditorium, which is what we're building, and be there, right? As you're doing your class or your summit. Crazy, okay? So it's talking about replacing it with cyber. And then hey, look right here, Amazon's delivery drones. I guess it's talking about that, hey, who would have thought that was possible, right? Who would have thought that possible? So it doesn't mean there's nothing cool on the horizon. VR headsets, again, they're there. They're working on better ones. Video games and other worlds. But to a certain event, the tech industry largely depends on selling a phone. So again, I'll go through this article a little more, but what I take about it is, one, there's some big companies entering into space. Obviously, there's people that have alternate opinions on the metaverse. Make your own opinion. Again, I'm making my own opinion. We're learning this together. We're currently building a metaverse, which we're going to keep everybody informed with. And if you haven't watched that movie, Ready Player One, you definitely want to watch it. So here's the article. What is the metaverse exactly? And not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Again, that's what we're going to do. We're just learning this stuff together. I'm going to keep you guys posted. Videos might be longer because we're going to start showing you our metaverse because we're going to be looking for people to help us out and test it. All right. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed that video lesson, just getting more into the metaverse. If you liked it, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up, right? Hey, make a nice comment. Really appreciate it. Hey, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I'm a trader. I'm a professional trader. I've been doing it for a long time. I go live every day. I teach trading classes. I have my own courses, both free and paid. You can see down below in the description. Plus, there's certain indicators that I use when I'm teaching my students that I recommend, and those are also down below. All right. Hey, everybody. Until next time, Trader Jeff Moore, author of the book, Trading Part-Time. Yes, my book is available on Amazon. Hey, we'll see you in the next video lesson.